Welcome. Let's explore some ways in which we can move with a slower exhalation for that calming effect or that stimulation of the parasympathetic nervous system. We'll start from standing, so we could have the feet hip distance or a little bit wider, whatever feels good for you, and a little bit of softness in the knees, just exploring the weight through the feet. We can almost imagine the feet pressing down into the earth, maybe sinking beneath the heels and broad in the ball of the foot across the toes, and then feel that we've got some gentle lift and length coming along the spine. And we'll start just with some movement of the arms. So we're going to just inhale and let the arms lift up, and then consciously slow with the exhale. So of course it's easier to make the in-breath maybe a bit quicker so that the exhale by comparison is that bit slower. Inhalation. Go totally in your own time. You can pretty much ignore my rhythm. So you find your own, and exhalation. The arms can lift in any way that feels good for you. You might want to bring them forward more. They might not want to come together. Just see what feels good for your shoulders. Don't worry about that rule of keeping the shoulder blades down. That's been shown by movement science to be a bit of a myth, that we need to keep the shoulder blades down for the shoulder health. Good, let's add in a forward fold. So an inhalation to let the arms lift in any way that suits you, and an exhalation, a little bit slower, going down. Inhalation, lifting, and exhale, a little bit slower, going down. You may like to stay with that sense of rootedness through the feet. So particularly if you're using this for yourself or for students who have been feeling quite stressed or quite anxious, then feeling that connection to the earth can be a useful way of kind of dropping into the body. Awareness also. Good, I'll come into another movement pattern from here. So let's take the arms low initially, and then inhale, reach up with the arms. Exhale, reach over. I'm going to catch that left wrist in the right hand and reach across. And inhale through center. And exhale a little bit slower across. Good. On the next one, I'm going to bring this arm down and swoop the right leg behind for the exhale. Inhale up, and exhale slower across. One more. So now you get more sense down the side body, and you may want to locate the breath there more. Coming back through center to pause. Steady breath. We'll go on the other side with those two patterns. Catching the right hand, exhaling, inhaling. So just having a normal practice, whatever normal is, but we can be conscious all the time of that slower exhale if that feels useful. Good, swooping arm across and the leg across, inhaling and exhaling. Of course, as soon as you want to work with that management of the breath, it's quite useful to be able to locate the breath quite low in the body around the diaphragm, so you feel that you've got that degree of management of the breath. Let's come then from towards the back of the mat, and we'll take a walk into down dog. I'm going to bend the knees initially. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, slow forward fold. This time I'm going to roll through the spine more, so with more spinal flexion coming down. Then I'm not going to worry about the breath here because it's a bit more of a complex movement getting forward. Walking the arms forward, let the knees stay bent or lengthen, whatever works in your body. Soft in-breath and out-breath. Again, if somebody felt confident, or if you feel confident, you could inhale broad round the side ribs, maybe even into the back body, and then slowly exhale in the down dog. Lovely, and then let your knees come down to the ground. Let's step forward then with that right leg. I haven't been mirroring, so I'm still not going to mirror. Good, and then from here, I'm just going to tuck under with those left toes. I'm going to stay with the same idea. So I'm going to inhale high, exhale, reach across a little. Good, if this is a wobbly one for you, go wider with that leg. Yeah, fantastic. Let your hands come down. Lovely. And then we'll rock out to the side and back. Inhale, bending, flexing more. Exhale, rocking back. Good. You can make it more dynamic by lowering more towards this leg. It's quite a challenge for the flexion through the knee and the foot, so it depends on you and your students. And if you want a balance challenge, you could do that with your arms high. You could even add in a little bit more extension. Slowing down the exhales. And this front leg or side leg, whatever it is, could keep wandering around if you want to make that even more exciting. Good. Let's stay up and hold some kind of side reach. Lots of options here. We could keep it in the low lunge. We could go to side angle. Just smooth, even breath in and out. Good. Let's take a forward fold from here. So I'm going to stay radical, the feet having left the mat. Diving down. Walk the arms forward. Have a little side to side swoosh. You can stay with the same theme of slow exhales, shorter inhales if that works for you. Inhaling, exhaling. Good, and then you simply step to your down dog. And then the left leg is going to be coming forward into your low lunge. So you can bring both knees down. If it's beginners, I tend to go one little step at a time. Otherwise, of course, you can just step through and come up. We'll reach to the side first, just setting up that pattern. Inhalation, exhalation. You could, as we did on the other side, go wider, so you're offering a bit more stability, particularly as if you're having people move. It's nice to make sure they're not being too wobbly, especially if you're looking for the relaxation response. This whole thing could, of course, be done with the hands down also. So if you want to offer more support, you could just have the hands down and rock the knee instead. Yeah, fantastic. And then we add in whatever we did on the other side. I think we started adding in a bit more of a rocking action through the leg. You can keep swinging it over with the arms or just have the arms still in any position. Might even be nice to add in that lift of the chest on one side or the other side. Good, and then the option to rock it all the way down. Inhaling and exhaling. And I'm going to swish this foot across a little bit more, so making that a bit more dynamic. So loads of options instead of going straight into the poses, just playing around and seeing what feels really good in your body, looking at students and seeing what seems to work for them. We can also rock side to side here or hold or go to side angle pose again. As you inhale, feel that the breath moves low, down towards the lower rib side body. Yeah, fantastic. Coming up, turning the toes forward. Inhalation, lifting. Exhale, forward fold. And then we'll add in a twist practice from here. Have as much height as you need for the hands or bend in the knees. And we'll do the twist with this slower exhale. So I'm going to keep my left hand down, lift the right arm up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, slowly turn. Maybe lift the arm if that feels good. Inhale, come out of the twist. Exhale, twist again. Not worrying too much about the alignment. It's not that we're going to hurt the body. There's very stable sacroiliac joints there. All the ligaments around the sacrum, super strong. And if we try and get the alignment and talk about the breath, it can be a bit too much info. So I would just choose one or the other. So I'm not worrying if the hips are swinging side to side there. Inhaling, lengthening. Exhaling to turn. What you notice as if we swing the hips, we might do a bit less through the spine, but it's not that it's actually hurting or disturbing anything. Inhaling, backing off. Exhaling, turn. Yeah, fantastic. And then I'm going to place my hands down. Step the feet back into down dog. Good, and just reach back towards the heels. Exhaling, bringing the knees down. Good, and then another aspect of breath that can work really well in this kind of practice is that awareness of the breath in the back body. So you may want to have yourself, your students resting into child pose, maybe with some support. Sometimes that supports the body structure more. So if you need a bit more space for the abdomen or breast tissue, then having something forward and maybe a bit more height can sometimes feel better, or whatever works in your body. So just get somewhere that you can be comfy and then feel that you created some space for the breath into the back of the body. So as you inhale, you feel that the rib cage is broadening, the ribs are slightly moving apart. And as you exhale, you're just softening. So you're feeling that that inhale in the back body is broadening and expanding. The rib cage moves a little wider. And then let the exhale leave slowly and softly. So if you're working with your students, I wouldn't direct the breath in a particular tempo, because of course, if somebody's already feeling stressed, then trying to control the breath in any particular way might feel stressful. But just inviting this opportunity for a longer exhalation, inviting people to work in their own time with that longer exhalation. I hope that's helpful.